Yo, what's up, dudes?
Drop the roof and let the smoke clear.
Welcome to MPL discussion. What is up, my boys? Dragonism, Yo, Kit Rodriguez, Bea Pascual, Cyrus, Clyde _ Jacob, Amir Arif, Raise 1231st, Ken Kai. And your curse didn't work. I was waiting for you to go live, son. Yell at you, bro. It's not my fault, bro. I tried, okay? I tried to give Douma some help, but it wasn't my fault. They decided to pull Douma out. Okay, we got a lot of things to talk about here, dudes, okay? And a lot of things will probably be clipped from the stream because there's gonna be some spicy comments made by me, my personal opinions, and you guys can disagree. Let's talk about match one. Match one was a yikers. Do you guys agree? By the way, you guys can ask me about anything. You guys can also ask me about MPL PH. I actually followed some of the games. Didn't follow every single game. But yeah, I did follow some of the games, especially match 1 and match 2. Match 3, I actually didn't watch. I actually forgot who was going up against each other. But yeah, Echo Blacklist was really fun too. Unfortunately, I think my prediction for Blacklist was true. They really haven't found their jam yet. But they were up against Echo. Echo, according to most people, are #1 right now. Are like really good. Probably the best team in PH. I don't know. A lot of people still think Echo are like top tier. So, yeah. Oh, last game was AP Brand versus TNC. So, yeah. Definitely not interesting. I'm sorry, but AP Brand, it seems like they're just a level above the others. Why streaming at 1 a.m? Because they just got back home, bro. MPLID ends late. MPLID ends really late. So I got home. I had to, take a shower, obviously. And then here, yeah. Renegade Rome was horrendous. So everything is according to prediction, guys. It wasn't a mere curse. When it's just opinions, it's not mere curse. I gave out my opinions about, everything. Remember? And yeah, AP Brand thrash, no competition, yeah. I want AP Brand versus Echo. But okay, guys, let's talk about this first. Let's talk about this, guys. BALOYSKIE. Okay, Geek versus Evos. I don't know if you guys watched this or if you guys just watched MPL PH, but Douma made his debut in game 1 of Evos versus Geek Fam. And it was really good. I would say that debut, early on, it looked very good. But then, unfortunately, Douma made a few amateurish mistakes. Very amateur mistakes. Douma was overextending. There were a lot of moments where it was unfortunate that he got caught. And, Geek Fam are a very experienced team. They will 100% punish you if you make any small mistake. Especially Baloy. Baloy is a savant, by the way. First, let's get with the positives, bro. The positive is, bro, Baloy is a fucking savant, man. He will die 5 times. He will go 0-10, and he will then get his power spike. Baloy is unreal. This guy wins through dying. Baloy, if you're watching this, I don't know how you do it, buddy. You're different, bro. You've got that dog in you. You've got more than the dog in you. You've got like a horse in you or something. I don't know how you do it. The guy is 0-5. He can look like the worst roamer in MPL, and then he will just fucking carry the game. He just finds that one moment, dude. I know. It's so weird. I don't know how to describe it, but this is the roamer that kind of wins you the game even when you're behind. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. Yo, we got Gani here, guys, in the chat. Everybody say hi to Gani. Mr. Albert Gani. Then they sub Douma out. Okay, yes, that's the negative, guys. Let's talk about the negative. I'm getting Season 10 Evos vibes, bro. Like, what are they doing? Why would you sub out your player who has 0, like, MPL experience? First MPL game ever. If they didn't want to give Douma the full chance of playing a whole match, they shouldn't have played them this match. It is... didn't they learn anything from Season 10? Did they forget what happened in Season 10 when they kept on fucking reshuffling the roster every single time they lost? Lose game 1 with Pendragon, swap in Psychots, baby. Lose game 1 with Psychots, let's swap in Blar, baby. Let's keep swapping until we get a fucking win. It's not how it works. It's not how you build a team, bro. If you want to give your player a chance to actually improve, to actually experience MPL, let the man play. If you don't want to, then don't let him play in the match. I swear to God, these like late game substitutions don't work, especially for players Like Douma. Douma is a rookie. If he's had experience getting subbed out before, sure. But imagine what they are doing to this man's mental. You let him play, he loses the game, and then he gets subbed out. He doesn't even get a chance to redeem himself. Maybe he will get a chance to redeem himself in the later matches for sure, but let him play. And you know what sucks? The fact that they lost even without Douma. If you had a goal laner that is an auto win, sure, the sub will make sense, you know? If it was kind of like an Onyx situation where they can experiment with different lineups, but they can always just, you know, sub someone in, they can sub their main lineup in, and then they will win the game. It's almost 100% guaranteed. Then I understand. They need to look for the points now. But subbing a person in mid-game, this isn't football. I'm sorry, but I don't think this works. I don't think subbing like players in like this works. Unless you have a team like Onyx. Unless you have a team like RRQ with a main lineup that is already that consistent, that strong, and they can play at that level at any given moment, you know? Douma was actually better than Brands. I think that is up for discussion. That's not my problem here. I am a Douma fan myself, but I don't think that's the problem. If they want to play Brands, play Brands. I do not hate Brands, believe it or not. Whatever they decide to do, go ahead, but stay consistent with it, you know, in the match. I don't like the changes that it's season 10. It's season 10 all over again. Is it not season 10? Get a chance, play one game, lose, step out. Let the players seep it in. I think here, I understand that scrims are very important, right? You will see the level of play in scrims. Maybe Brands does better in scrims. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happens in scrims. But giving your player, who is a rookie, stage experience is very important. If he doesn't play on stage, if he doesn't find the experience on stage, and even if he's robbed of a chance to redeem himself after making a big mistake, yeah, no, I can't deny that the mistake in game number 1 was not big. That was a big mistake from Douma, very amateur mistake from Douma, but give him a chance, bro. He wasn't that bad. He actually played okay. I agree. I mean, Brands isn't bad either, right? Like, in game 2, he wasn't bad, but I don't know. You disagree? Ken Kai, an Evos fan here, disagrees with the whole, like, substitute thing. I honestly just feel like in MLBB, it's very hard to have a super sub kind of moment. In football, super subs work. One player can actually change a lot in the pitch. But in MLBB, I have yet to see a successful, like an actual really, really good super sub come in and play. Unless, again, it's like Onyx or RQ. I think those two teams can make it work because they already have like a real main lineup and then like a lineup that they experiment with. For Evos, they've been changing their roster here and there. They've actually like demoted 2 players, raised 2 players, promoted 2 players, and like made a few adjustments. And it just... I'm getting season 10 vibes right now, and it doesn't really help that they're 7th place, right? I hope they will recover from this, and I hope the management doesn't get... Like, I hope the coaching staff and the management kind of, you know, looks at this and you know, hopefully it becomes a reflection of, like, maybe swapping our players like this is a bit too much. It's almost like a kid who has, like, an Android phone and then buys an iPhone to play better. And, like, he doesn't do well with the iPhone, so he buys another Android phone. It's just like, just try to adapt. Try to let the guy, like, try to let it stay. Let it cook, bro. Let it cook. Am I the only one to get a W with ixia? Yeah, the ixia picks, man, were weird, bro. Like, game 2, ixia, I honestly think the Evos ixia pick wasn't bad. I honestly think it was okay. But there is a pick that was very, very weird, and I think we can all agree that game or match 2, Onyx playing that Gord and the Ixia was a bit too far-fetched. Like, if you want to go for Ixia, you need more peel, more cover. It can work. In game 2 of Evos versus Geek, it actually looked pretty promising, not gonna lie. That Ixia from Brands was pretty scary. He was dealing a lot of damage. But yeah, it was just not it for Onyx. It was way too far for me. Game 1, it wasn't just Ixia. It was Ixia and Gord, bro. Ixia and Gord, 2 very vulnerable gold lane, backline members. And Adi actually mentioned it towards the I met him in the stairs when I was going down to go to my car. And Adi was like, yeah, we went a bit too greedy. We kind of forced the ixia pick for game number 1. So yeah, I mean, I think for them it was also a very experimental game. We saw a big shift in strategy and in drafts in game number 2. All right, we have Ken Kai here with some thoughts. In my opinion, it wasn't just Douma's fault. Evos fought a 4v4 without MM and still got a 1-for-1 trade and the lure reset. Van Strong went in and died, making it a 2-for-1 in Geek favor. Yeah, I wasn't saying it was Douma's mistake. Oh yeah. I think it wasn't fully Douma's mistake. Obviously, when a team loses, you can't just blame one member, for sure. But Douma started the domino effect in that moment, right? But again, it's fine. It's his first game in MPL. You can't... very rarely do you get an MPL debut like Aran. Even for a player like Douma, who I am a fan of, who I have been praising for... I don't know how long now, you cannot expect an Aran performance in game number 1. That is very unrealistic for most of these rookies. They need to just, understand the MPL level. Banana had the same issue. Banana played game number, remember Banana's debut? Everybody hated on him. And now he's amazing. Experience and game time actually makes a lot of difference, guys. It is actually not something that is a myth. You actually need time to... Skylar. Do you guys remember Season 7, Skylar? He started off as a very, forgettable, basic, nothing special gold laner. But through the criticism, through the hate, through playing on stage, he learned and adapted. And now he's probably the best gold laner we have in Indonesia. Ixia actually good, but need cover and setup that can match Ixia ult. Exactly. You need the cover, you need the peel. It's very hard to pull off an Ixia if you don't have actual peel and cover. And that's what I feel like they were lacking. They had a Joy as well in game number 1 of Onyx versus Dewa. Do you guys remember that? Joy in the jungle. So not even a utility jungler that can actually frontline. They had a Kufra and what was the XP laner? I forgot the XP laner of game number 1. What was Boots on? Was Boots on a Terizla? Bro, I actually forgot. What was Boots on, guys? Game number 1. Do you guys remember? I do not know. I forgot. Swapping him out after first match gotta suck for the player. Yeah, it fucking sucks for his mental. I hope he doesn't get mentally destroyed. Edith, yeah. So they already had cover with the Edith and Kufra, but it wasn't enough cover. I don't know. I think with that kind of composition with Ixia, you need to really give you know what? I think the Joy pick was fine. The Gord pick was weird. Either you go Gord and another gold laner who does really well independently, or you go Ixia and then a very independent mid laner. Because with Gord and Ixia, they both need help. They can't do things themselves. It's very hard. I think Onyx were just trolling. Yeah, it really feels that way. Watch RJ Iman. Yeah, no, I watched. And it was very weird, by the way, the build that CW went for. So I watched Mr. Iman. He actually went for Corrosion Scythe DHS into a BOD, if I'm not mistaken. Yo, thank you so much. 100 pesos from Robinson Tabama. Mirko, shout out. You're so good in what you do. Thank you so much, my guy. Robinson, much appreciated, man. Thank you so much for the donation, and thank you so much for the compliment. I'll work hard to get even better, though. Don't worry. This is in the final form, Mirko. Mirko, it's week 6. It's just coming back to English cast, getting the rust off, and still experimenting in day number 1. Don't worry, guys. Yesterday, play-by-play, for me, it was more of an experiment for me, because I was trying a few more different tones. And tomorrow, Onyx RQ, you're gonna get the very best, Mirko. You're going to get the very best play-by-play. Get ready for that. Today also, I was anchor color. I was going back to my roots of making advertisements work. Do you guys see that? Still smooth with it, with the ads. Think I was doing pretty well. And yeah, guys, what do you guys think about Echo Blacklist? Since we're talking about oh, by the way, props to Dewa and Dixon. Game number 3 for Onyx Dewa. I honestly feel like Dewa fumbled the bag with the drafts. I really don't understand. I don't know if I don't think it's full, again... It's never fully the coaching staff's fault when they go for something in some of these drafts. But it is very weird. I've seen very weird drafts from Dewa, Angela first pick yesterday, and today, yeah, that Uranus and Hayabusa in the first phase was honestly weird for me. Maybe the Haya was still okay, but the Uranus, getting Dixon on a hero like Uranus, it just doesn't fit your Dixon style. Dixon is a very hands-on playmaking XP laner. He wants to participate in these team fights, and he wants to have an impact in these team fights. He doesn't just want to be a distraction. He doesn't really play the far lane that much, so you want to give him some playmaking heroes. I would even say the Paquito can still work. I don't know if it actually is like within his hero pool, but it still fits playmaking. You can make plays across the map in these team fights as well. You don't necessarily need to be confined, only to the Terizla and the Lapu. By the way, his Lapu is phenomenal. Like, my god, bro. Dixon is so underrated. Dewa United are so underrated. A lot of people will obviously talk about them and like hate on them because of the whole DQ situation. But again, I think it's unfair to blame the players. I think that, and the organization. That was a whole like organizer problem in my opinion. But yeah, they're very underrated just because of that one controversy. A lot of people will just discredit everything that they do, but I personally don't see them that way. They're great, very underrated. Yo, 60 pesos Eman made, bro. Yeah, so Eman, okay, back to the topic. I forgot about this. So ixia, Eman built the BOD in the corrosion side DHS. What CW went for was a crit build. I don't play a lot of ixia myself, but I've never seen an actual full crit build for ixia work. I've seen a full raw damage build with like BOD and even like just raw damage, right? And I've also seen the attack speed build. Mostly I've seen the hybrid build with DHS, corrosion scythe, and then you go BOD to the Malefic Roar. But yeah, CW went for a very different route. He went for corrosion scythe into a Haas Claws, and then he went for Berserker. Sorry. Corrosion, BOD, Haas Claws, and last item was Berserker's Fury. Not too sure about that. Does anyone here play ixia that is knowledgeable enough to tell me? Maybe Joel here, RSG coach, can tell me if it actually works or not. Because, yeah, I have no idea if he was experimenting as well with his build or if it's actually something that he knows works. Because it doesn't really feel like he found a lot of value with the Haas Claws. Crit damage, more heal. It didn't seem that way in the game, but again, I think best Koro, DHS, BOD. Yeah, I agree. I think for me the best one is the build that Iman went for. Yeah, Corrosion, DHS, BOD. How's schedule made for MPL ID? RQ versus Geek 3 times this season, but with other teams only once? What? How is schedule made of MPL ID? RQ versus Geek is not 3 times, Saijan. I don't know where you found that stat, but every team will meet against each other twice. They can't meet 3 times. That might be like a mistake by you because there will not be 3 matches of Geek versus RQ. Geek RQ will happen twice. Every single matchup will happen twice. That's it. Like Onyx Dewa will happen twice. Onyx RQ will happen twice. There's no 3 time. The 3rd time will be in the playoffs if they make it to the playoffs, and maybe if they meet. Hey Mirko, predictions for tomorrow's game. Let's see if Mirko or bless. All right, we'll give predictions of tomorrow's games for MPL ID and MPL PH. Does anyone know what games are going to be played in MPL PH tomorrow? Anyone? Well, I'll just check MPL Philippines. All right. MPL Philippines. Let's go for MPL ID first, okay? So tomorrow, Evos versus Alter Ego. I'm going to vote. Oh, man. Okay. Evos versus Alter Ego. I'll say Evos should get that. I don't know. Looking at their performance, they do seem very shaky. But I think it depends. Do they give Douma another chance or do they stick with brands? I'll go for Evos. The Mere Curse or Mere Bless. I don't know. RBL Aura. I'll go Aura. I think Aura has what it takes to beat RBL. Onyx RQ. I'll go Onyx. Let's see if it's Mere Curse or Mere Bless, guys. If it's full Mere Curse, you know. But tomorrow's predictions from me will be different. MPL PH. Let's take a look at MPL PH. Tomorrow's games. MPL PH needs to post more of like their schedule on their IG. I can't find their schedule. Okay, I can find it on phmpl.com. All right, schedule. Tomorrow, Minana versus Omega. I think Omega. I honestly think, like, from what I've seen from Minana is a mix of Minana players and also Archives Esports. I was pretty disappointed with Archives Esports and Snapdragon Pro Series. I cannot believe that they lost to Team Flash in the qualifiers to the challenge final. So yeah, I think that sour taste hasn't left my my mouth, so I'll go for Omega to win against Minana. RG versus Blacklist, I'll go for RGPH. My boy Light over there. Echo versus Onyx, I'll go for Echo. Yeah. So those are my predictions for tomorrow, MPL PH boys and MPL ID. You guys agree with my Alter Ego? It's not Alter Ego's last chance, by the way. Tomorrow, if they lose, they still have a chance. They can still pull off a miracle run. But yes, it does get very, 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 very tough for them if they continue to lose this like this. Now they have MPL Mina Live. Sour taste. Yeah, dude, if you guys watch Archives Esports versus Team Flash, it was strange. Like, I don't know if they were just off that day or what happened, but Archives were not good that day. And I had a lot of hope for them, like, because they were beating all the other, like, they were beating Bleed, they were also beating Flash. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they get better. Again, things can get better. Maybe not so much for Blacklist and for Renegade, because again, last time I was asked this question about Blacklist, what do I think about the roster without VYs? I remember saying that again, without VYs, we've seen him in season 9 without VYs, and unfortunately we've also seen them without VYs in Snapdragon. If Renegade stays as Rome and there's not much change to his, like, if there's not much improvement for him, then honestly I don't know. It's not really gonna look good. But again, anything can happen. Renegade, I'm saying this, but it doesn't mean I hate you. Okay, this isn't like this isn't. I'm not hating. I'm just giving my honest opinion. Personally, I would love to see Blacklist represent PH for M5. Why? Because then M5 would have, like, Blacklist has the biggest fan base. There's no denying that. And yeah, M5 would definitely have much more, like, eyes on it. Renegade's PH Zin. Zin isn't a roamer though. Like, he did swap roles, so yeah, I can see the curl. Like, I can see the connection between the two. Black without VYs is just L. It's hard, man, and it's so sad. I'm still very bummed out that VYs, like, chose to take a rest this season. I mean, again, they know their own limits, obviously. I'm not saying that, like, they shouldn't take a rest, but I'm disappointed because for Wise especially, this is his meta, bro. Baksha and Fredrin are literally like prio. And the healers aren't bad either. Florin's pretty good. The healers are good. Novaria is good. Minotaur is good. So they can make it work. And they have the biggest fan base. Like, dude, imagine if Blacklist represents PH and VY's still, like, is there. It would have been so different, man. Like, maybe M5, I don't know. M5 should be like a banger anyways, like with or without Blacklist, but you know what I mean. What's wrong with MPL ID rankings, Mirko? Shouldn't Onyx be number 1? Yeah, guys. Okay, so last I checked, I was actually talking to the scriptwriter because I was weirded out as well when I, was talking about the standings. Me, Chef, and Gani were super weirded out by the standings, but they've already actually kind of confirmed that it was wrong. I don't know how they got it wrong, by the way. Like, I was really, like, weirded out by that. But here, I'll show you guys the actual standings, okay? Wait, window capture. Wait, guys, give me a second. I'll show you the actual, like, the real standings. Because the standings you saw earlier weren't the actual standings, guys. So here you go. Let me go to... Okay, let me just... window capture for... Wait, where's this picture? Which picture is this? Image 11. Let's take this down and let's get this and enlarge it. Okay, so here you go. This is the official standings, guys, on the website. So this is the real one, all right? The one that we saw earlier there was a mistake with the... Oh, my bad. I forgot. Yeah, I can't see comments. I'll have to read comments from this. Okay. So this is it. Onyx are number 1. The way we see it in MPL ID isn't through, like, we do... Okay, wait. You know what? I'm gonna just have to do this. Okay, there you go. So the two most important things are the match win-lose, the match rate, And then here, obviously, it's Onyx and RQ have the same stat, right? It's 8-3, 8-3. So if it's the same, we take a look at the next stat, which is game win lose or game rate. Okay, so here, game win lose, game rate. Game rate 68%, 64%. Game win lose 17-8, 18-10. So positive for Onyx, and that's how we get the game rate. And that's why Onyx are number one, despite the head-to-head. So the only way to see if, let's say, when do we actually get to see the head-to-head, Mirko? When does the actual match, the result of leg one, RQ versus Onyx, where RQ wins, have an impact on the standings? If it's Onyx and RQ with the same match rate, with the same game rate, and the same aggregate points, then only then will they look at the matchup, at the head-to-head. If the head-to-head favors RQ, then RQ will be number one. If the head-to-head favors Onyx, then Onyx will be number one. So that is the official way to see the standings in MPL ID. And yes, they did blunder on that. The game rate is Onyx, and the match rate was same. So yeah, it was very strange, and I was also weirded out by it. But now we have confirmation. Geek Fam third? Yeah. Geek Fam third, bro. Geek Fam are doing really good for themselves. Geek Fam are dope as fuck. Because RQ win 18 games? No, doesn't matter. It's all about game rate. They've played the same amount of matches. The reason they've won, winning more games doesn't matter. The head-to-head matters, and the game rate matters. What do you think about the kid BTR signed up recently, the one who plays Lancelot? He's a good investment for the future, BTR Arif, but he's super young now, so it really depends on how he continues to develop as a player. I think it's very promising. That's kind of like what they did with Ken, and Ken turned out to be great. But right now, Bigetron are in a big slump. Yeah, maybe you want to talk about Bigetron, guys. I have no idea what's going on with Bigetron. I think their drafts have been fine. Well, honestly, when they got week 6, Bigetron drafts have been looking okay. As it's not horrible. I actually thought they had the better draft in both the games, in game 1 and game 2, but they threw so hard in game number 2, bro. It was, I have no idea what was going on in their minds. They lost Chorizo, if you guys remember, and they got the Lord. They could have just been like, you know what, we got the Lord. Chorizo died, whatever. It's an XP laner for Lord. But no, they decided, no, we're not going to take Chorizo's death. We're going to go in for a 4v5. Thoughts on Shive? It's very late into the season to have a new player promoted up. I think Shiva lacks a lot of experience. Saken was given a chance to play last season because he was actually performing really well, and Bigetron were also undefeated in MDL. So there was a clear skill diff between the MDL players and the Bigetron lineup with Super Ken and Saken. With Shive, he was actually, he's good. It's not like Bigetron are horrible in the MDL. They're doing really good. They're second place in the affiliated conference standings. But he hasn't been super flashy anyways. He's a very standard gold laner, but he needs a lot of experience. So it's very easy to just say, Shive, he's dog shit. He lost with Bigetron in his first game, but I think it's more realistic to say he lacks experience. He needs to understand how the MPL players play and how to handle pressure on stage, because clearly he was feeling a lot of jitters. He was not it. Give him time, just like Douma. And yeah, Geek contender for M5 slot for sure. Geek. No, of course, 100% Geek are contenders. They're contenders for upper brackets at this point, dude. RQ and Onyx, they gotta be very careful about how they take the next few games, the next few matches. They need to be very, very careful. They make a few more slip ups, and Geek Fam can actually take that upper bracket slot from them. Super Ken check Bush, yeah. Some of these moments were actually horrible, bro. Hot take: Chidera is the standard. Not a hot take, bro. Chidera is a fucking god. The Chidera just fucking he was a gatekeeper. He was like, Douma, if you want to play in the MPL, you need to beat me first, bro. Jeez. RQ's draft. Okay. Hey, you want to know? Okay. Mirko's about to spit out some hot facts once again. I was invited to MPL show 2 weeks ago, and in MPL show, you are asked to give your opinion, mistakes or anything about all the teams. And for RQ, Mr. Jonathan Liandi, Mr. Emperor, asked me to give out my opinions on RQ. What do RQ need to improve, if they have any? And I was like, yeah, RQ, their execution has been amazing. I would say, like, even with losing drafts, it just feels like the drafts really suit them, which is great. It's amazing. Like, the fact that you can lose draft, but you can win based on execution is already something that a lot of teams strive for. And so RQ are already very, very good. If I were to nitpick, I would say that the only thing I can criticize for RQ is they have template drafts, right? Because they do. They always ban Fanny and Joy. No matter what happens, it's always Fanny and Joy. Why? Because they want to play front to back, or they want to play for Clay and Skylar. Up against a Fanny and a Joy who can dismantle a front to back or a very like solid formation, they struggle against it. And yeah, that got clipped without the context of me like saying that it's nitpicked and stuff. And again, the people in the comment section. Oh, sorry. What's up, Mirko? All love from UAE. Yo, thank you so much for the 7 to 18 AED. Patrick Okrai, thank you so much for the donation, man. You are absolutely amazing, bro. Thank you. Yeah, Mirko really read RQ ban. Bro, it's my job as a caster, right? Like, I have all the notes of every single draft. I can take it out right now and talk about it. But yeah, a lot of people were like, oh my god, bro. Like, what do you mean their template? They keep on winning, etc. And it just goes to show you how stupid people are, that like they can read just like random quotes on the internet without knowing the actual context of a 2-hour podcast or show, and they will just spout their own bullshit. It's at this point, it's like kind of normal already. It's just, you know, it never hurts to rant if you are Mirko. I just love being honest. I don't want to be a little bitch and pussy, you know. I want to just call them out. It gets me exposure anyways. Yeah. Shout out to the Indonesian media though, because like I'm not mad at all that they like quote my stuff. I love it because it gets a lot of fucking idiots to comment on my IG. Whether it's hate or love, hey, engagement is engagement, bro. I don't give a fuck. Bang Mirko, solusi counter Terizla mid apa? Alright, yo. Kiagami, amazing question. I'll answer this in both Indo and English. Terizla mid. So Terizla mid was a fucking great pick, by the way. Gotta give props to Rebellion Zion. Honestly, for me, there's been a lot of amazing coaches, but I think with the draft so far, the coach that has really stood out to me is actually Coach Chico. So I might actually have to vote for. We'll see how the season ends. We'll see what goes on. But Coach Chico has taken a team that has been the same kind of, like with the same roster for a long time, and he's been able to develop it even further. So I have so much respect for Chico. I can't wait to see Chico like get nominated for best coach, because I think he definitely deserves a nomination. Whether he wins it or not will come down to the votes, but I think he definitely deserves like some props, man. Not a lot of people know about Chico, and not a lot of people really give props to Rebellion Zion's drafts. And Chico's been in the game for quite a while now. He's been, I think he joined in season 9. Yeah, season 9, and he kept on going. Really well played. Okay, so yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Terizla mid. Terizla mid is very good. Why? Because it's accompanied by a Novaria roam. If you have a mage as a roamer and you have that Terizla mid, it's kind of like a swap job. Novaria still gets roam, the roam item, so the gold still goes to Terizla, but they still have good wave clear, and they still have someone who's very, very tanky. They have someone who's a very good initiator, and it's also a very good deny pick, right? So the whole concept of it is deny pick, flex pick, and also it covers the fundamentals of having a frontliner initiator in the mid lane. Usually it's the roam, but Terizla is mid, and he also does a lot of damage. So far, I try and rank, man, mostly no counter. Exactly. I think Udil was actually first to bring this up. I remember MPLI last year, Udil brought the Terizla mid, and it actually worked really well. But they didn't have anyone who could really help the Terizla mid. Usually it was still a random roamer, either an enchanter or even a tank, but it didn't work as well. Now that Novaria is in the fray, it becomes so good, because you kind of cover all the holes. With Terizla mid, usually you lack range, you lack magic damage, you lack wave clear, and you lack mid lane prio, because you always just get chunked. But with Novaria, yeah, no. I think for me, the way to try to counter the Terizla is through pickoffs. So up against any kind of initiating team fight heavy composition, you want to just try to pick them off slowly but surely, and one by one. Unfortunately, this is where the Novaria comes into the play, and that's why it's so hard to counter the Terizla versus Novaria. because the Navaria reveals any sort of pick-off that you might want to go for. If you want to go for the Kaja, if you want to go for the Franco, you kind of get countered by the Navaria. You cannot look for ambushes. Even the Kadita here is very tough. So, against Rebellion, I would honestly say you gotta respect the Terizla or the Navaria. Either one, to try to, like, negate that from Rebellion. But it's a tough order, because if you, let's say, ban a Navaria or ban a Terizla, you will leave one of the slots open for Rebellion to take. ODTZ, once he gets a Kaja, a Franco, or even an Edith, he becomes an absolute monster. So it's a lose-lose. Rebellion have built such a good composition for themselves for drafts and the way they play, and I'm really impressed. I honestly feel like Rebellion can be the Genfix Aerowolf of the new generation. Remember Genfix Aerowolf Season 7? They won against all the top teams. Yeah, I think Rebellion can do that. They have the sorry. They have the potential to do that. Rebellion are really good, bro. Blacklist versus Rebellion switcheroo. Jeez. I think I choked on something. Jeez. Okay. Mirko predicted Onyx to win? Yeah, I did. Terizla is better than the Fred. Yeah. Fredrin, hot take, but I don't really like Fredrin XP. The only team that can make Fredrin XP work is Onyx. Why? Because they understand exactly what to do with the Fredrin XP. The Fredrin XP is more of a just like a, he's just there, bro. They don't try to utilize him for anything too much. And, okay. Also, something that was quoted off of my stream, taken out of context, and there was a lot of people commenting negatively, was the fact that I said, I was asked top 3 XP laners in MPL Indonesia, and I said, for Boots, I honestly don't think Boots is up there for top 3 XP laner individually, because he's no longer like an individual duelist type of XP laner. He's more of a utility and team player. I never said it was I never said it was bad, or I never said it was good. I just said that. And as usual, you know what happens, guys. You know what happens. But yeah, I honestly think, again, it's for me, it's not bad at all. You need members like this in a team as fully stacked as Onyx. You need someone to be the utility. You need someone to step down, you know, to let his ego go and play for the team. You always need supportive members in your team. You can't just have 5 carries. It's not how MLBB works. It's not how MOBAs work. You need supportive players, and that's what Boots fills in. Unfortunately, because of that, I can't put them. I put him in my top 3 for individual XP laners. He's great within the team. He fits that systematic play style. But for me, when I see top 3 of any role, I can't just see like systematic plays. If it's systematic plays that only work in a certain team, like per se, like this very team fight oriented utility style XP lane that really doesn't care about the lane, really doesn't care about the duels, and only goes for the team, like Boots, that's all very systematic. Not every team can play that way. If he moves to another team with the same play style, I don't think it'll work, right? But yeah, that's what I think. I think for best XP laners, though, in my opinion, right now, who is it? It's very tough to pick an XP laner right now, because everybody's really good. But I think number 1 would be Banana. Banana, individually, the mechanics and the macro decisions he makes, it is so good, dude. It really just feels like he is R7's reincarnation. Banana. Gotta give props to Banana. And then below Banana, I will say, like, even though Bigetron haven't been performing too well, Chorizo is still there. I think Chorizo and Fluffy. Fluffy might be better. Cars is great, guys, but he's only great in certain picks. He's not great on all picks. He's great on the Paquito. I think he might be one of the best Paquitos. And I gotta give a shout out to Aran. Aran might be there. A lot of people say he's overrated. I personally don't think so. I think he's great. I think he just lost his identity after getting a lot of bashers, and he didn't really, yeah. But yeah, I think it's like, I don't know how to list, but number 1 is Banana, but number 2 and 3, I don't know how. I actually don't know, because it's very, very close between everyone. Fluffy, Chorizo, yeah. Boots and Luke are the same. I would say it's a bit different. Boots, because for Luke, he doesn't get random heroes placed onto him. He only gets heroes that he does well on, you know? Meanwhile, for Boots, he can play anything. The team needs someone to shred armor, physical defense. give him the Dairoth. The team needs a distraction, give him the Uranus. The team needs an engager, give him a Terizla. The team needs anything, he can fill that role. That's Boots. He is the most versatile XP laner in Indonesia. Bro, Geek Fam 4 straight 2-0s. Yeah, they've really changed with Coach Erpang. Erpang has had such a massive impact on Geek Fam, man. Prediksi 3 tim yang gak lolos playoff, bang. Susah sih, bang. Sebenarnya gue gak bisa prediksi, anjir. Susah banget. Karena close banget dan semua tim itu benar-benar kayak ngelawan. Jadi gue benar-benar gak bisa prediksi loh. Gue aja gak bisa bilang Alter Ego. Soalnya Alter Ego, walaupun mereka kalah, walaupun mereka posisi 9, mereka gak kayak tim cupu yang gak ada unsur-unsur kemenangannya lah. Mereka ada win condition banyak dan mereka cuman misplay aja. So basically the question was, who are the 3 teams that I think won't make it to the playoffs? And I said, honestly, I can't give you an opinion on that. Because even like the 9th place team right now, we've seen glimpses of brilliance from Alter Ego. It's not like the first 3 weeks where Alter Ego were just horrible. They're actually really good, but teams have just been able to outplay them, and they have made a few bad mistakes here and there. Udil and Nino, the walk-in towards RRQ, it was just weird. Those who hate Aran doesn't know what a good. Those who hate Aran either like don't like him personally because of his like trash talk, which is again fine, or don't understand the game. I think whoever understands the game, whoever appreciates macro gameplay, will appreciate Aran. I don't think you will bash him as much if you know exactly what he's doing. I think if you've played, especially if you are like if you play other MOBAs. Like PC MOBAs, you would actually respect and appreciate a lot of the things that Aran does. Because a lot of the things that Aran does are the things that you wouldn't expect a mobile MOBA player to do, but a PC MOBA player to do. In PC, the fart lane, clearing these waves, the wave manipulation, etc., being a distraction is actually super, super important. And that's what I see from Aran. I love it. I love the way that the team plays around him too. By the way, I'm going to get some water. My throat's pretty dry right now. So I will turn off my camera for a bit because I don't have pants on. But yeah, honestly, shout out to you guys, man, who are online at this time. What is it? It's 1 a.m. in Indonesia. And for all of the others, you guys are, like for Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, it's what, 2 a.m. right now? You guys are still awake? That's crazy, bro. Good water. Mirko, what can you say about Flap TZ taunting Indo during the interview? He's playing into it, man. You gotta respect the effort the man's putting to actually like become a villain. I love it when players have personality, whether it be like taunting even my country, because as long as you back it up, it's fun. Kind of like Conor McGregor. He's not Indonesian, but if he trash talks and wins, it's star potential, bro. He's not a robot. He's not an AI. He's not AI. I think for the most part, this has been like a lot of the props to the Indonesian players, by the way. They have improved so much with their interviews. But yeah, for the most part, back then, Indonesian players had zero personality. Like you can swap them with bots literally on stage when they get interviewed, and it would be the same answer. Maybe maybe bots might have like a more interesting answer than the players that we see back then. It was all just coach's pick, blah blah blah. Very very boring. No personality whatsoever, and it's cringe because I know they have personality. Behind the scenes, I talk to them, and I know they actually like they have personality. It's not like they're pussies, but the Indonesian culture of hating everyone who just trash talks, it's horrible. Yeah, I can't really blame the players though, because it's just the culture that we have in Indonesia. It's like either you be humble, or like if you trash talk, you better win. If you trash talk and you lose, you're gonna lose. You're gonna get hated. And even if you trash talk and win, you're gonna get hated. Example: Moreno, Iran. They won. It wasn't like they're trash talking out of nowhere when they kept on losing the game. Yeah, they got most of their hate from trash talking and losing the game. But when they won the game and they trash talk, like whatever, right? As people still hate them because they're like, oh, look at this guy. He's trash talking. He doesn't even have a trophy. It's so fucking stupid, bro. Like Conor McGregor started trash talking before he won a trophy, before he became a world champion. It's called building your personal brand and actually like having personality. Yeah, message to Moreno and Iran. I hope they don't stop like hating, bro. I mean, not hate. I hope they don't stop trash talking just because of the hate. Don't let the hate get to you, man. The hate isn't important. The people who hate don't pay you. They don't pay your bills. Actually, trash talk makes it more fun. Exactly. I mean, look at MPL Malaysia. The reason MPL Malaysia is growing is because it's fun. Why is it fun? Because the players are fucking trash talking. They're not pussies. It makes them interesting. You wouldn't care about Gojes if he didn't start trash talking. If he didn't start taunting. You wouldn't care about Repo if he didn't taunt. He's a great player, sure. But it's not just about performing. It's about performing and also being an entertainer, boys. Okay. Same goes in football. You gotta have a personality. And I'm not just saying you need to trash talk. That is the wrong way to see it. Okay. I'm not saying to be interesting you need to trash talk. To be interesting, you just need to have personality. You can be a humble guy, which is fine. I think Boots is a very good example of this. He still answers in interviews. He gives his answers. He doesn't trash talk, but it still is interesting because that's just his personality. He's a very humble guy. You can't fake trash talk, And yeah, the main thing is not about trash talking, not about belittling your opponents. You can do whatever you want as long as you're good on the mic. Another example would be Pi. Not every interview he does is like trash talking and shitting on enemy team. Pi is just a funny guy. He's just funny. He's just a cool dude. Like, even if he doesn't trash talk, it would still be a fun interview. You know what I mean? Kyrie never trash talk? Yeah. I mean, like, this is exactly the thing, right? Kyrie, he's probably the best player in the world, in my opinion. He is probably the best looking player in the world. In Mobile Legends, the only thing he's missing is personality, bruh. If he has personality, then it would be unfair for every other guy and every other pro player, because he will have everything. He will have the personality, he will have looks and skill. Then at that point, everybody just doesn't need to play anymore. Kyrie owns everything. And yeah, hopefully, like, I mean, he's still very young. Maybe he's still like growing into it. And for a lot of these players, I can definitely understand when they play it safe, especially when they go into another like when they go to a different country. It's scary to trash talk, right? Because you don't know, you're in a different country, you don't know the culture, you don't know anything. So yeah, well, for that we can definitely understand. Baloy already forgot what Evos did in season 11. History will repeat itself. We'll see, man. Hey bro, Mirko, what's up? Rogan, most of the time Indonesian can't accept the Philippines achievement. Come on, man, that's not fair, because like even the Philippines can't accept Indonesia's achievement. ISF 2022, Philippines, again, guys, like Indo right now, they can say like, oh, they will discredit a lot of the Filipino achievements, but you can't say that, like, again, not all Filipinos, not all Indonesians, but yeah, it's Filipinos also discredit Indonesians, man. Come on, it's not just like Indonesian, it's every region, guys. When you lose to your rivals, you will have excuses for sure. It's not just an Indo thing. It's a whole world thing. It's the internet. Everybody will have excuses. Everybody will have copium, and it's only natural. It's not like you won't have I mean, it's only natural that you have copium and you defend your country. It's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, because I remember when Evos and Indo won ISF 2022, everybody was saying it's a tournament that doesn't like it doesn't matter. ISF is a small tournament. It's blah blah blah, and then now it's a big tournament. But it's the same. Like now, Indos are saying, "Oh yeah, ISF. It's just ISF. It doesn't really matter." Same copium. It's the same copium I heard last year, but it's just from a different region. And same thing goes like from. I think the only trophy that that no one discredits is the M series. Even people would even discredit MSC and MPLI, C Games and M series. Those are the two tournaments that no one will discredit because you can't. Those are the two biggest tournaments, I think. Those are the two like top tier tournaments. MSC, I would say as well, but still, I've seen people discredit MSC wins, whatever. But yeah, M series is the biggest like bragging rights. What we win M series, you can whatever, bro. Whatever. That is why PH doesn't want to lose Emerald Series. We lose bragging rights to Indo. Baloy is a high risk and high reward player for sure. Baloy is a very expensive player in a good way and in a bad way because he can when the team's winning, he can make a play that loses the team the game, but he can also make a play when you're behind to win the game for the team. Where's your Geek Fam merch, dude? I have no idea where to buy Geek Fam merch. I will have to ask for the jersey for them or. You know what? Tomorrow they're playing. I'm going to walk up to Baloy and just straight up ask him how to buy a jersey. I have zero idea. They gotta make it more visible. Like I need an online store or something, because I know where to get RQ merch. I know where to get Evos merch. I know where to get every single merch, except for Geek Fam merch. It's Geek Fam merch. I know they have a stand, but I can't get to the stand in time. Like before the game starts, I'm already on the desk. When the game is over, the stands have already the Geek Fam merch is already taken out. MSC production this year was top tier for sure. Okay. Last topic before we go off because it's about to hit an hour. Hey, to everybody saying MPLPH has horrible production, MPLPH stage looks so good. Does it not look so good, chat? Yo, be honest with me. The people who were hating, saying that MPLPH has a horrible stage last season, blah, blah, blah. Be honest. MPLPH stage is good, right? I think so. I think MPLPH's stage is really cool. What do you think? What do you think, chat? What do you think? Here, I will. Let's open it on. Yeah, credit where credit is due, man. A lot of people say like, here, let's go on the Filipino broadcast and let's just see. I'll stream it. What the hell? Give me a second, guys. Let me just... I got an ad. I have to resize the screen too. Wait, do you guys agree with me? Do you think the stage is good, or is it just me that thinks the stage is good? I mean, Joel's saying that the stage looks good, so... Alright, here. Let's just open it up real quick. Okay. Here it is, okay, guys? So let's skip this ad. My PC is lagging, by the way. This is why I need to upgrade my PC. Okay. By the way, props to like the team, like the teams, and props to supporters. They all showed up. Damn, my PC's lagging, bro. I don't know what's creating this lag, but... Where is the stage? I just want to see the stage. Okay, to be fair, why does it look blurry in the back? I don't know if this is like a... That is weird. Okay. Interview segment. I watched the interview segment and like the stage looked really good. But here on the caster desk, yeah, it looks very like... Okay, just looks basic, like it's a normal stage. Okay, here. Look, okay? I think the stage is good. Right? What do you think, guys? Okay, I there's no like actual full view of the stage here. When do we get like a wide shot? Ah, see? Does it not look good? No, you guys don't like the stage? Why don't you guys like the stage? I think it's good. Like, this is cool. I don't know. I think it's good, guys. Old and too small? Too small? I mean, it's regular season, guys. Even for, like, PC MOBAs, you can see regular season and it's, like, not big. It's regular season, guys. They don't need, like, a full stadium for regular season, you know? But, yeah, no, honestly, I feel like it's good. I like it. I don't know. Too small in person? Oh. Interesting. Too small in person. Okay, here. I honestly feel like it's a okay. Wait. Let's watch MPL ID English or not MPL ID English, but MPL ID stage. And then after seeing both stages, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think English or Indo is better or So do you guys think Indo has a better stage than Philippines? Okay, let's see. Better production. Do you guys like this stage better? MPLID? Okay, now looking at it, I can understand. Like MPLID looks bigger and looks like more spacious. MPLPH looks a bit more cramped, but there's a lot of like there are a lot of good features in PH. I understand what you guys are saying though. MPLID definitely looks like it looks big. It looks yeah, I understand. It's very spacious. Yeah. ID stage looks wide. Okay, I definitely understand that, like that point of view. Yeah, I understand. The stage looks good, and the LED screen, it's so clean. Yeah. Okay, so for Indo, I guess it's like minimalistic. For PH, it's aesthetic. You know, so it's like the design and stuff. But yeah, I will agree that I think for the audience, it looks much like there's much more room for the audience in Indo, I think, yeah? It looks a bit cramped in PH. Yeah, okay. And the camera's good. Okay, that's unfair, guys. Cameraman for Indo is like... Our cameraman just... We just get the best views, bro. We get the best angles. I have no idea how the cameraman always gets like things, but they even captured a person cheating in MPLID last season, remember? I think it's almost the same. Camera view and angle and PH is not good. Oh. It's because of the background monitor enhances the stage. Yeah. The LED screen is clean, bro. In Indo, I love the LED screen, that big LED screen. It looks dope. The index PH have during the draft is good. I heard it's from Wolf. Whoa, what? Camera is overall the production in ID is better. Yeah, the vote is 81%, and you know this isn't biased because most of my viewers are actually Filipino. So if you vote for MPLID, that it shows you that you know you guys like MPLID's production better for sure. Like it's not a biased take, right, Claudie? Yeah. Claudie's just looking at me, bro. All right, guys, but unfortunately, it's been an hour. We've discussed about everything we possibly could, and I'm gonna have to end the stream right here, right now, guys. Thank you everybody who watched though the stream. Much appreciated, guys. I want to give a shout out to everybody who donated first though. The people who donated through Social Buzz, a big shout out to you. Wait. Have to Robinson Tabamo, someone, and Napoleon. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are absolute chads. Thank you so much. And also want to give a shout out to the people who donated through Super Chat. We had an AED donator earlier from UAE. Patrick Okrai. Thank you so much for the donation, my guy. Aku Sakuretsu as well with the 50 pesos. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And by the way, tomorrow we'll have another Mirko MPL discussion. Okay, so stay tuned. Hopefully tomorrow ends a bit earlier so we can do it. But tomorrow's going to be a big match, RQ Onyx. We'll definitely be doing an MPL discussion. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Styro, Kamran Kawish, Zinyan, Vex Kits, Linus, Foxy MLBB. We will have Mirko merch, but Mirko merch will only be for M5. If I go to M5, I will give out Mirko merch. No memes for MPL discussions, guys. We'll do MPL discussions some other time. You cast tomorrow? Yes, I will be casting tomorrow, guys. Mars Santillan, King Xavier Gaming, Kiss Paulo, Amir Arif, Kala Zwardi, Shadow Murderer, all getting Cruit, Bastard Jr., Chris Paulo Javier, Bite All, Rogan Churit, Chad Taneo, DNA DVI, Rona Garcia, Julio Antonio, God of War, Rafi, Etomac, Mikhail Exa, Robinson Tabamo, Michael Exa, again, Sonam Wangchuk, Ken Kai. Douma will win tomorrow, hopefully, bro. I'm a Douma fan myself. Eyes Waffles as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Good night.
Drop the roof and let the smoke clear.